Class of 2024, we need to get this party started. Who is ready to graduate today? Fantastic. I'm going to ask for a little feedback in a minute. So this was your warm-up and you did really well. By the way, Jared's family, I'm expecting a little more from you up there. So I'm sure you're going to show up. Just not that long ago, at least in my memory, I stood on this very campus receiving my associate's degree from what was then Dixie Junior College. But I'll tell you, I could have never dreamed what this campus and university would have turned into. I loved growing up in St. George. In fact, my childhood home is just a stone's throw away, about 1 block from here. In fact, so this stadium ground was basically my backyard playground. But it was just full of red dirt and tumbleweeds at the time. It's been a major improvement, clearly. But have you ever heard the phrase, you don't know what you don't know? Yeah, I definitely didn't know what I didn't know about life outside of small town St. George, Utah at that point. That all began to change shortly after that graduation ceremony when I left for a 6-month study abroad program to London. At the end of our regular coursework, a few of my friends and I took the books out of our backpacks, replaced them with a passport, shame to say 1 change of clothes, and a lot of reckless abandon, and set out to explore Europe for the next 30 days. It was during this trip that I truly began to recognize the strengths found in different cultures, diverse backgrounds, and varying point of views. This experience opened my eyes to the realities that not everyone experiences life like I do. I began to realize I had a lot to learn about how other people's culture, history, and family impact how they think and feel. Graduates, while here at Utah Tech, you've all grown tremendously in the knowledge and skills needed to excel in your fields of study and find great success. However, the one thing that is going to make the greatest impact on your career and personal success is not the technical knowledge that you've gained, but your ability to navigate and get along with people who hold vastly differing views. Today, I want to introduce you to a mindset that I've been studying in my own master's program, and it's something I think can really most help you impact not only your ability to win friends and influence people, but also, and more importantly, help you to become the very best version of yourself. It's a mindset known as intellectual humility. In general terms, intellectual humility is defined as a person's ability to recognize that their beliefs, perspectives, and opinions may be wrong or lacking in critical information. It also involves a person's willingness to reconsider their views, avoid defensiveness, and change their mind when needed. Graduates, during college, you've probably already begun to discover the vast differences in people's political, religious, and social views. And for some reason I haven't figured out yet, surprisingly strong opinions about NFL teams. I've not figured that one. But your ability to not only tolerate the views and beliefs of others, but to listen, learn, and grow because of them will be the key to your career, social, and relationship success. As I look over the thousands of people in this stadium right now, I'm certain there are considerable differences between us. So here's where our experiment comes in. Let's test this theory out. I'm going to throw a couple of options out to you, and I'm giving you permission to yell out an answer. I'm going to tell you 2 options, and you tell me which one you think is best. Let's see how this goes. So first, which is best? Coke or Pepsi? I suspected as much. Boxers or briefs? Yeah, we have less involvement. I can't weigh in on that either. Mountains or beach? Well, that's pretty even. If you don't get this one right, I'm going to sit down. SUU or Utah Tech? Oh, man, way to go. Thank you. And finally, because again, as a non-sports person, I've just been fascinated at this popular argument, which team do you think is the best in the NFL? Okay, thank you. Now, I'm clearly no football fan, but even I know that the best team in the NFL is Taylor Swift's boyfriend's team. Is that right? I found my people. I don't know what they're called, but it doesn't matter. While we can all agree, clearly, that Utah Tech is better than SUU, there are many things that we don't agree on. And those things are much more complicated and controversial than the simple debate topics I gave you a moment ago. We all know someone who's so firmly entrenched in their beliefs that they become incredibly difficult to talk to. In fact, if you've ever used Facebook, you probably know what I mean by that. We all know and love them, but we just pray we don't have to sit by them at the Thanksgiving table. In contrast, people who are most successful in their lives and careers are those who make space for other people's viewpoints and sincerely want to understand them. They don't feel threatened by alternate beliefs, and instead they seek to find ways to learn and grow from others. Now, I want to be very clear about something important, lest you think I've forgotten this. The problem is not that we choose to hold beliefs that we feel strongly about and that are important to us. In fact, that's what keeps the world safe and sane and functional. Instead, I'm simply suggesting that it can become a problem when we hold onto our ideas with a death grip so firm that we're unwilling to consider new information, evidence, and possibilities. So, how do we begin to embrace a mindset of intellectual humility? First, follow the example of Benjamin Franklin. Great, electrical engineers? I hear you. Ben was almost always the smartest guy in the room, yet he modeled intellectual humility to create common bonds and connections with those around him. When sharing an idea or belief, he would start by saying, I may be wrong about this, but I think, and continue with his thought. So simple, start by admitting that you might be wrong at times and make room to discover if that's true. Second, if it's hard for you to let go of a death grip on a particular belief or idea, I want to challenge you to allow just a 1% chance that you may be wrong or missing critical information. By allowing for just a 1% chance that you could be wrong, it allows you to engage in informative conversations and gain valuable new perspectives. And third, get out and explore the world. One of the best ways to gain perspective is to immerse yourself in different cultures. Spend time with the local people. Listen to their stories and work to understand their backgrounds. As you do, you'll begin to understand how and why they live, love, and believe in the ways that they do. Who knows? You might even change your mind about a few things. Just as I did back in college, when given the chance, grab your backpack and go expand your ability to learn more about the world around you. Sorry, parents, I may have just given your new graduates permission to backpack Europe this summer, and I hope you didn't have any important plans for them. But you have my permission, and you can thank me later. Lastly, one of the best teachers of intellectual humility is adversity. I mentioned this morning that for a time, I had taken this part out of my speech. I've put it back in because I feel strongly I want to share this with you. I'm not ashamed to share with you that at many times in my life, I have struggled with overwhelming depression and anxiety. I know you've all been through really stressful weeks, and sometimes things are like that. And for me, while times like this have been hard and it's been often difficult to find a way forward in the moment, these challenges have taught me to have greater grace and empathy for others and to fully accept them for who they are and how they see the world. If you are struggling in similar ways, I just want you to know I see you and I understand. And you have a friend if you need a friend to chat with. I just know these experiences can be our greatest learning opportunities. So my advice is keep going, my friends. There's always light on the other side if you just keep moving. During a particularly difficult time, just a couple of years ago, filled with intense and painful public scrutiny, I lived and breathed by the words of the poet Maya Angelou, who said, "When you know better, you do better." Until we're willing to learn about differing perspectives, ideas, beliefs, and backgrounds, and therefore come to know better, there's simply no way for us to do better. As you leave Utah Tech and venture out into this big, beautiful world full of ideas, beliefs, and perspectives you've never imagined or even heard of, be gentle with yourself and be gentle with others who see the world and experience it differently. When in doubt, lean in, ask questions, and expand your understanding rather than seek to expand theirs. As you practice intellectual humility, you'll not only become the best versions of yourself, but you'll discover the greatest opportunities to make the world better and to inspire others to follow your example. I have no doubt in your ability to take on anything that is in front of you and succeed. After all, you are trailblazers. Thank you.